The Lagos State government says it aligns with the urgency for actions in mitigating the effects of climate change and championing adaptation initiatives at the local and international levels. Now, the State Deputy Governor, Quadri Hamzat, made this comment at the opening of the three-day 10th Lagos International Climate Change Summit, where he launched the Lagos Climate Adaptation and Resilience Plan and Lagos Climate Change Mainstreaming Strategy to help reduce emissions and mitigate climate change challenges. Take a look.
The Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Quadri Hamzat, foreign delegates, former Governor of Lagos and the former Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, environmental experts and others converge on the Lagos Continental Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos, for the 10th Lagos International Climate Change Summit.
Thank you very much, sir.
All concerned stakeholders are here to discuss the effect of climate change in Lagos and how the government is championing local adaptation initiatives to sustain the state, which is being highlighted by the State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources.
Over the past decade, the Lagos International Climate Summit has served as a platform for a dialogue, collaboration, and innovation in addressing climate-related issues in the state. From promoting renewable energy to implementing sustainable waste management practices, we've made significant strides in integrating climate action in the Lagos State development investment opportunities and building resilience in the face of climate variabilities. This year's summit is therefore not just a forum for discussion, but a clear call for action. We must accelerate our efforts to mobilize climate finance and channel it towards projects that prioritize local adaptation initiatives. This means investing in infrastructure that can withstand the impact of climate change, empowering communities to develop climate-resilient livelihoods, and enhancing our capacity to respond to climate-related disasters.
The Consul General from the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Michel Dielen, says now is the time to take drastic decisions that will address climate change.
What are we facing in Lagos State? We face sea level rising, we face temperature rise, we face flooding, and not just from the ocean, but also from the lagoon. I think the last floodings we had were when the level of water in the lagoon rose so much, coming from the rivers, that the outskirts were underwater. Coastal erosion. We talk about Eco-Atlantic and how that, with such technology, by the way, but how that protected Victoria Island. Yeah, wonderful, but look what happens down the coast. You protect one side, but nature has its way, and then more of the coast is being eaten, so it requires continuous attention.
Mr. Babatunde Fashola says climate change is triggered majorly by human conduct and sometimes natural causes that can be mitigated.
The oblique reference, if it might be, to the problem at Okwaja as being connected somewhat to the defense of Victoria Island. Nothing can be further from the truth. The truth is that this problem of the Atlantic in Lagos is encountered in Rio, as it is encountered in the Netherlands, as it is encountered everywhere. Coastal erosion is a real-life issue. So protecting one place doesn't necessarily mean it is transferring the problem. It just means that more work needs to be done. So as we have finished work in the defense of Victoria Island and Ikoyi, I think what will require funding support is the reactivation, if that is the right word, of the plan to construct more groins, because those were the tools that we deployed then along the coastal way.
The summit provides an opportunity for the Deputy Governor to explain the steps taken to build a waste-to-energy plant that will provide electricity in the state and the provision of electricity vehicles on Lagos roads.
For us in Lagos, it's about what do we need to do to sustain and to build a resilient city. So everybody said that Lagos will be 40 million in some few years' time. So where are they going to live? Where exactly are they going to live? So like Governor Fashola, then we all say that the biggest challenge for us in West Africa really is fiscal planning. If we plan our cities well, we will be prosperous. Therefore, the idea that I can just go and stay there, stay where? You can't just stay there unless it is planned and it is agreed that you can stay there. You know, because we are very emotional, all of us. We say, why are they sending them away? And where do they want them? No, it's not about that. It's about the collective gain of everybody. What are we going to give to our children and our grandchildren? When everybody just thinks you can live anywhere, you cannot. So if you build and you don't leave 15 meters to your drainage, it will go. And we have no apology. It's not about where you come from or the God that you worship. No. It has to do with us living well so that for the collective good of everybody. We just had an agreement with the Netherlands government. We signed an MOU giving them 2,005 for building around Ekpe, or some building and a 2,000-ton daily of waste to convert to energy. That's moving progressively.
The Global Sixth Assessment Report, AR6, of the IPCC serves as a reminder of the urgency to act against climate change and mobilize climate finance for projects that will safeguard the state from natural disasters. A recap of the three-day summit sets the tone for the commencement of the closing ceremony.
3 enabling elements. We describe them as being country-specific element, city-specific element, and climate-specific element, emphasizing that it was necessary to build capacities and capabilities internally and develop a pipeline of eligible urban investments.
The State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tokunbo Wahab, says the summit is a clarion call to the dynamics of Lagos, which is peculiar due to its coastal nature.
It's a call to action. It's a clarion call to action. Lagos as a state is having its own existential challenges. A coastal state bounded by water, lagoons, Atlantic Ocean, which means we have to think differently and we have to take our destiny in our hands. What we've done for the past 3 days is not just a talk show. It's to challenge each and every one of us. And as we wrap up today, I believe strongly, and I'm glad the Deputy Governor is here, it's for us to think outside the box in a creative way.
The plenary session on climate change resilience focused on a centralized approach for an integrated data collation, investment in clean energy, and sustainable practices for a healthier future.
Between 2030 and 2050, climate change is expected to cause an additional 250,000 deaths per year from undernutrition, malaria, diarrhea, heat stress, and other medical events. The cost of direct damage to health is estimated to be between $2 to $4 billion per year. Developing countries with weak health infrastructure will struggle the most to cope with these challenges. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions through better transport, food, and energy choices can significantly improve public health by reducing air pollution.
The Deputy Governor, Mr. Hamzat, assures that government will continue to promote policies and initiatives towards climate action.
We have recognized that the impact of climate change are not uniform and that local context actually matters. It is at the local level that the effect of climate change affects most acutely, and it is at this level that adaptation strategies must be tailored and implemented. We have celebrated the ingenuity and resilience of local communities whose adaptive measures, from sustainable agricultural practices to innovative water management system, serves as a powerful example of grassroots climate action. As a government, we assure you that we continue to be in the forefront of climate change campaign promoting policies and initiatives toward climate action. The suggestions and recommendations from this summit will not only be taken seriously, but will also be integrated into our state climate strategies and policies.
With 42 observations and 23 new recommendations, including the bus rapid transit system and multimodal transport strategy, for which advocacy was made for them to be sustained with critical provision for funding, and that the state government should promote cross-sector collaboration for innovation fund to drive climate-resilient initiatives.